Dear viewers, welcome to this special video where we examine how the United States of America, the undisputed sole superpower of the modern world, reached this summit, and the complex mechanisms behind this global dominance. America's ascent to a position likened to the Third Roman Empire on the historical stage was neither mere coincidence nor solely good fortune. It was a process realized through the masterful combination of geographical advantages, unique economic strategies, and a critical technological legacy. Today, we will deeply analyze the foundations of America's power, its comparison with Rome, and the vital role of Nazi Germany's captured technologies from World War II in this rise. The primary foundation of American power was, undoubtedly, geographical isolation. Sandwiched between two great oceans, the country largely remained distant from the centuries of incessant dynastic and ideological wars in Europe. This isolation allowed the nation to focus its vast natural resources and rapidly growing immigrant workforce on rapid industrialization, rather than constantly expending resources on wars. By the late 19th century, the U.S. was already one of the world's largest industrial powers. However, the real leap would come with the two great world wars of the 20th century. The First, and particularly the Second World War, were not catastrophes for the U.S., but opportunities for investment and profit. As an arsenal of democracy, providing arms, ammunition, and materials to the warring European and Asian states, America emerged at the end of the war as the world's largest creditor and the only major power whose industry remained intact. With the end of the war, the Bretton Woods Conference in 1944 pegged the U.S. dollar to the gold standard, making it the reserve currency for global trade. This economic victory gave America unprecedented leverage over the entire global financial system. The subsequent Marshall Plan financed the reconstruction of Western Europe, while permanently solidifying its political and economic influence in those regions. This military, economic, and cultural supremacy propelled America into the position of the modern world's Third Roman Empire. The First Rome, with its military might and law, brought the Pax Romana, Roman peace. To the Mediterranean world, Byzantium, Eastern Rome, continued this legacy for 1,000 more years. Today, America imposes its own version, the Pax Americana, or the American peace. The fundamental pillars of this hegemony are: 1. Military might, guaranteeing global security and freedom of navigation through bases deployed across every corner of the globe, the most advanced war technologies, and military alliances like NATO. 2. Economic control, the ability to enforce economic discipline through the dollar's status as the global reserve currency, financial systems like SWIFT, and institutions like the World Bank/IMF. 3. Cultural influence, soft power, a deep cultural attraction exerted over the world's youth and intellectuals through Hollywood, popular music, brands like Coca-Cola, and prestigious universities. Just like Rome's legions and roads, America's navy, the internet, and its culture form the backbone of the global order. However, America's power cannot be explained by economic strategies alone. A critical accelerator of this power was the scientific and technological legacy of Nazi Germany, captured during the final days of World War II. Towards the end of the war, the Allies and the Soviet Union raced to acquire Germany's groundbreaking technologies, and, most importantly, the scientists who created them. The most significant step America took in this race was a secret program called Operation Paperclip. Through this operation, hundreds of Nazi scientists and engineers, specializing mainly in rocketry and aerodynamics, were secretly brought to the U.S., their criminal pasts largely overlooked. The most striking example of this transferred technology and brainpower was the famous rocket scientist Wernher von Braun and his team. This team, which developed the V-2 rocket, the world's first ballistic missile for Nazi Germany, laid the foundation for the American space and missile program. After being transferred to the U.S., von Braun first developed the U.S. military's ballistic missiles, and later, as the head of NASA, engineered the Saturn V rocket. That made the Apollo program and sending humans to the moon possible. The impact of Nazi technologies was not limited to rocketry. Jet engines, the fundamentals of modern aviation, advances in medicine, and crucial data on nuclear technology were also added to the U.S. inventory. This accumulation of knowledge and expertise enabled America to enter the Cold War with an overwhelming technological superiority over its rivals. These technologies, developed by Nazi Germany for the war and far ahead of their time, acted as an injected boost, enabling the U.S. to become not just an industrial giant, but a scientific and military technology superpower. In conclusion, America's current power is built upon the foundation of geographical invulnerability and wartime economic strategies. However, the structure's framework was woven by the dollar hegemony of Bretton Woods and the missiles and jets of Nazi science inherited through Operation Paperclip. The U.S. emerged from World War II not only economically strong, but also having acquired the world's most advanced technologies and the brains to produce them. Thus, it gained the ability to reshape the global order according to its own military, economic, and cultural interests, becoming the unique and undisputed Third Roman Empire of the modern age. This complex legacy continues to be the most crucial factor determining not only America's past, but also the limits of its future global power. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.